everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of the Hoya Live. We're here today with Jaden Marchan. Welcome to the Hoya Live and the Hoya. My name is Kate, and I'm the senior multimedia editor. We're very excited today to have a sit-down conversation about this season and what we can look forward to. So I kind of just want to start with asking you about how are you doing at this point in the season. We saw some pretty great performances and races from you so far. So how do you feel today? Just
right now, well, this season I'd have to say was really good overall. I had to scratch out of the postseason, scratch out of conference, NCAAs, and Worlds due to some injuries, minor injuries here and there. But I'm back practicing. I was out with the team this morning, lifting, and we're doing everything to get ready for the outdoor season.
Let's talk more about your most recent races. So in January of this year, you had a new personal best, school and national record, which is pretty impressive. Number 2 of all time in the NCAA at the Penn State National Open. We also saw a new personal best time of 45.78 seconds at the Penn Classic in February. And this allowed you to be Big East Men's Track Athlete of the Week. So congratulations. And we would love to talk more about how you felt going into the season versus how you feel now that you have that new personal record.
Overall, going into the season, I felt really good, really confident, because I had a very good end to my year last year at Pan Am U23 games, where I finally PR'd 45.80. And then throughout this off season, me and my coach, we were working through injuries, just trying to avoid all injuries and just trying to build up really slowly to prepare for the long year ahead. And going into the season, we opened up with a 600, I PR'd, and then to be honest, I was trying to run a lot faster in the 500, and on the day, the race didn't develop how I wanted it to, but we're still able to break some records in the process. Was definitely going for the 500 NCAA and world record in the next coming seasons, because I want to walk away with that record. And the 400, I haven't been able to put together a good 400 in the past few years indoors, so it felt good to finally be able to run fast and run as fast as I thought I could. So it was really exciting preparing for outdoors now.
Yeah, I wonder, when you're running the 500 versus the 400, what goes on in your mind, and how do your logistics change with that? That extra 100 meters, how do you practice for that? Yeah.
I'd say overall, practice-wise, we practice to finish races. And if anybody has seen me run, I'm not the greatest in the first half, but I pride myself on being able to close faster than anybody else. So with that being said, the 500 is a great event for me, where I can make up a lot of ground in the last 300 meters. But for me to run the world record in the 500, I'm going to need to have to treat it more like a 400, more of a sprint and getting out and not just closing.
Yeah. I think the distance with 400 meters, a lot of people say, oh, this is the hardest distance because it's in between, is it a sprint or is it a distance run? So props to you for running that. Yeah. Would you say, over your journey, what led you to the 400 and this kind of sort of middle distance? What do you enjoy about it? And
it just kind of happened. At first, when I was in high school, I ran the 100 and 200, and then I started training with my club coach my sophomore year, and she was like, you're moving up to the 400, and then I moved up to the 400, and then I never looked back, to be honest. It was just move up and try to keep up.
Yeah. What is your relationship with running the 400? Is it?
I love it.
Do you? Yeah.
I love it because it's the most perfect event to me, because you have to be fast, you have to get to the 200, but you have the time to make up ground. It doesn't matter how good or bad your start is, you have a lot of time to catch up and I feel like it's a really tactical, and I'm a racer more than I'm a runner, so I like racing people, and in an event like the 1 or the 2, it's just about sprinting as fast as you can for as long as you can. But with the 400, I'm able to compete with other people, and I feel like I thrive in that environment.
Definitely. I definitely see the challenge aspect, but also the kind of rewarding aspect of it. I've seen your race, and like how tactically I see like how much you move forward in the very last like 100 meters, so I find that super duper impressive. I mean, in terms of training for the 400, tell me, like, what does your training schedule like look like, and what do you think is the most important in helping you excel at this event?
Right now, the biggest thing in training is trying to stay consistent. Like, avoiding injuries and just stacking the weeks on top of each other, because I can get in shape pretty quickly, but it's just those next steps to get to that national level and be able to compete at the highest level.
Yeah.
It's just about having a training block where I'm able to compete and practice every single day.
Yeah.
And be healthy.
And I mean, obviously, like, competing at a national level, I want to ask you, what does it take to train at that kind of regimen? Like, especially when you were building up to like the Olympics and stuff, what made you be able to like stay on that schedule, and what was it like?
Well, that was when I was in high school, and my whole thought process that when I was in high school was just do everything so when you look back, you don't regret anything. It's do enough where you look back, it's like, oh, I did the best I could, that's how it turned out, there's nothing I can complain about. Because at the beginning of that year, I thought, I think I could try to make this Olympic team, I'm going to try for this Olympic team. And that's what kind of got me through all my training sessions, was being able to think, okay, if I don't make this Olympic team, will I be able to say it's because everybody else was just better than me, or was it because I didn't do as much as I could? And I wasn't willing to live with 4 years of waiting, so I wanted to just get there.
Yeah, I know this is, I mean, definitely like a few years ago, like when you were in high school, but do you think, like, just looking back on that experience and when you were there, what was it like? And then coming out of it, do you think it changed you in any way or inspired the rest of your journey?
I think it definitely changed the way I look at track as a sport, because before then I was still in high school. It was a game. Like, I was just really training and having fun, but I didn't see it as something that I was going to take to the next level. I was content being good, but like after being at the Olympics, it was like, okay, this is something I really want to do.
Yeah.
And everybody else is doing so much more and it just opened up so many more doors of things that I could be doing, training, stretching, like all the rehab, all that other stuff outside of just running, diet and everything like that's how that really influenced me when I got to college to think about that stuff a lot more. Yeah,
that's really cool. And I'm curious about what is the thing that continues to drive you forward?
The thing that drives me forward is just where I come from as a person. Like, I see how hard my mom works, how hard my brother works, how much my dad cares, and it's like, for me not to put my best foot forward, to put my family and myself in the best position to thrive. And that's really what I'm working for, is to be able to bring my family to a point where it's like, yes, Jaden did all of that for a reason.
Yeah, that's really cool. I want to talk more about your experience training at Georgetown and what that team dynamic has been. So are there a lot of people that you train with on a daily basis, and how has the team dynamic, shaped you and helped you overall at Georgetown?
I'd say our team dynamic is great. Like, my grade came in with 5 sprinters.
Yeah.
And those guys, I with them every day. I eat with them every single day. We all hang out, And just to have that camaraderie both on and off the track where you guys can laugh and joke and have fun. Like, I go to practice and I'm excited to talk to them. Like, it's enjoyable when we're all warming up and we laugh when one of us throws up. We laugh, and it's just a friendly competition. So it's been an amazing time to be able to train with people that I truly enjoy being with.
Yeah, kind of, I guess just kind of looking ahead now, like from where we are right now, like in the outdoor season, what are your goals for this season? And then I also want to ask you, like, what are your goals long term?
For this season, it's to stay healthy, to get through this next month, to open up my outdoor season, qualify for regionals, and then go to Penn Relays, win a Penn Relays wheel, go to conference, stay healthy through conference, win my first conference title, which I've led the conference indoors, outdoors, and indoors the past 3 seasons and still have not been able to compete for a title. So that's one thing that is definitely on my to-do list. And then from there, go to regionals and then try to compete for a national title.
Is there a moment like earlier on in your life when you knew like, oh, this is what I want to do? Like, I know I want to run.
Running came with the idea that I knew my mom wasn't going to not let me go to college. And I was talking to my aunt, who also was my high school track coach. And we were talking, and we were on the bus coming back from the armory, going back home from practice. And we were just talking, and I was just like, yeah, like, I'm ready to go all in on this. Like, my mom is not going to pay for my school. Like, that's what it came down to. And then everything else past that has just been a blessing and a plus. But track came down to looking for a scholarship.
Well, thank you to all our watchers or viewers for watching this episode of the Hoya Live. Thanks to Jaden for joining us today. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, of course.